Welcome to a place where hearts unwind, infinite threads that gently bind, love and compassion in every line. Together we rise through space and time.
Hey, welcome back to Infinite Threads. I'm your host, Bob. I was thinking recently about how strange memory can be. There are entire years of my life I can barely reconstruct in detail. I couldn't tell you what I had for lunch on a random Tuesday 20 years ago. I couldn't tell you what shirt I wore, what the weather was doing, or what was playing on television that night. But I can tell you exactly how certain people made me feel. Isn't that interesting? The facts fade, the feeling stays. I can still remember walking into classrooms as a kid. I don't remember every lesson, and I don't remember every worksheet, but I remember how it felt when a teacher made me feel welcome. I remember people who made me feel safe. And if I'm being honest, I remember people who didn't. Not because they were villains, most weren't. They were human beings with their own struggles and blind spots. But feelings have a way of settling deeper than information. They become part of the story we tell ourselves about the world. I think that's why small moments matter so much. A lot of people spend their lives trying to find the perfect words, the perfect argument, the perfect explanation. Meanwhile, the person sitting across from them is often absorbing something much simpler. How did this interaction feel? Did I feel respected? Did I feel heard? Did I feel like I mattered? Those questions linger long after the details disappear. When I think about growing up, I don't just remember places. I remember atmospheres. I remember the feeling of walking into Liberty Feed and Supply when my parents owned it. The smell of the building, the sound of people talking, the comfort of familiar faces coming and going. I remember being at my grandmother's house and how that felt and how that smelled and the comfort I felt there. I remember old television shows playing in the background while life unfolded around them. I remember music drifting through a room. If you asked me to explain every detail, I couldn't do it. But the feeling remains crystal clear. And I think that's true for all of us. We're emotional creatures far more than we like to admit. We tell ourselves we're making decisions based on logic, facts, and analysis. Yet so much of our experience is filtered through how people make us feel when we're around them. That realization has changed the way that I think about love. Because love is not always remembered as something that was said. Sometimes it's remembered as a feeling of acceptance, a feeling of safety, a feeling that somebody was genuinely glad that you existed. Years later, the exact conversation may be gone. The details may have blurred completely, yet somehow the emotional imprint remains. I think about that whenever I meet people, not in a pressured way, but just as a reminder. The person in front of me will probably forget most of the words that we exchange, but there is a decent chance they will remember how they felt while we were talking. That's true of friendships, it's true in families, and it's true at work, and it's true with complete strangers. And honestly, it can be a beautiful thing because it means that we do not have to be perfect. We do not have to deliver brilliant speeches. We do not have to say exactly the right thing every time. Most people are not looking for perfection. Most people are looking for connection. They're looking for the feeling that they're not alone in the world, that they have been seen, that they have been treated with a little dignity and kindness. I think some of the most important people in our lives understand this naturally. They're not necessarily the loudest people, and they're not always the most accomplished people either. They are the people whose presence leaves us feeling lighter. The people who somehow make life feel a little less heavy after spending time with them. And when they're gone, that feeling remains. Long after specific conversations have disappeared. Long after details have faded, and long after entire chapters of life have become fuzzy around the edges. The feeling remains. Maybe that's one of the reasons that love matters so much. One of the reasons. Not because it creates perfect memories, but because it creates lasting ones. So today, as you move through your day, maybe carry that thought with you. The people around you may not remember every word. They may not remember every conversation, but they will remember how you made them feel. And in the end, that may be one of the most powerful things that we ever leave behind. Love you guys very, very, very much. And you know what I need you to do. Go out and pass that on, okay? Later, Gators. Bye-bye.
Fears